This is a yearly thing now? My 2024 tier list exploded. Huge thanks to you guys, by the way, and because of MSMP, CSMP, and my modded review series, I've played a lot of packs this year, and I've become a lot more critical as a result. As always, the packs listed here are the ones I played over the last year, and are ones I made decent enough progress in to rank. I will also include the month the pack was played, a link to it, and a full list in the order the packs appear, with timestamps in the pinned comment, so don't check there until the end if you want to avoid spoilers. But I highly encourage you to try all of the packs listed here because some have had over 6 months worth of updates. These ranks are all my own opinions and preferences, and it is 100% okay to not agree with me. That's part of the beauty of the art and gaming world. Oh, and I also want to note that I will be posting 2 modded Minecraft reviews for a lot of the packs I play in the future. For those who don't know, it's a review site for mod packs that could do with a lot more traction, and it would be super helpful for other modded players if more ratings were available. So if you've played any of these packs and have thoughts, drop a review. I'll link the site below. Our tiers will be as follows. Not my thing, which are packs I didn't enjoy and don't plan to revisit without significant changes being made to them. Okay, which are packs I don't take issue with but wouldn't seek out to play again. See this as a not for me, but I get why others like it kind of category. Kind of fun, which are packs I think have potential to be better and are decent, but wouldn't be my first pick to play again. Think of this as a I liked it and would play it again, but it's not my first pick tier. And most fun, which are my personal favorites of the year. Without further ado, here you all go. Here is every mod pack I played in 2025. At the very bottom, a pack I actually get a lot of requests to review, we have the Chocolate Edition. This is a pack I didn't wind up covering because my friend and fellow creator, The Bottom Dweller, spoke about it in a video around a year ago now, and for once he and I fully agreed on a mod pack. If you haven't seen his video, it also summed up how I felt about the pack at the time. To this pack's credit, what I'm about to say is an opinion I formed quite a while ago as I played the pack back in January of 2025. Anyone that has played it since, feel free to leave comments talking about the current state of it. As for my impression, this is one of the only packs I ever played that I struggled to put more than 5 hours into, because it was so frustrating to try and get anything done. At the time, the central progression was tied to RNG mechanics, which is almost never a good idea. The pack felt very poorly thought out to me, and though I didn't realize it at the time, I feel it's partially because this pack claims to be Minecraft if it had Terraria devs and Minecraft without the tedium, but I think it's very silly to call yourself Minecraft without the tedium, yet manage to be the most tedious pack I've ever played. I hosted it on MSMP, not many people played it, and no one had legitimate feedback that wasn't negative. I hope this pack has improved over 2025, and I will gladly revisit it if it has, because in all fairness, it has been almost an entire year. Next in this tier, we have Fear Nightfall Remains of Chaos. I played this pack all the way back in March, and I didn't wind up engaging with the intended progression as much. It's a horror pack that's meant to be rather difficult, introducing mechanics like sanity as well, which could be super interesting, but it just winds up being rather gimmicky. The sanity system was buggy and lackluster, often resulting in me just sitting AFK in a corner with flowers to replenish it, and when it goes all the way down, giant monsters spawn, and they have like 500 HP and will try to kill you, plus they don't despawn when sanity goes back up. And I think this pack is fine if you're filming for a Halloween compilation or clip farming, but the actual progression is just not good. And ending off the not my thing tier, we have Beyond Cosmo. Again, not really a surprise to anybody that's kept up with me over the last year. This is another pack I put several hours into, but didn't really feel like I made much progress in. I played it at the end of September, and I didn't like it very much. I felt the pack had a lot of fundamental issues, which I didn't expect, because this pack is from a dev that has a lot of other packs that are well regarded in the community. Even in an earlier dev stage, we're talking things that are the first thing that you fix, typically within a mod pack. The early game was so annoying, it felt like it was never playtested organically, and most of the mobs were weird, didn't fit well into the pack, and then there was this one mod called Gathering Torches Become Sunlight that single-handedly ruined most of the pack for me. I see potential here, but it isn't quite in a playable state, or at least it wasn't when I played it. Feel free to leave your thoughts below, especially if you've played the pack more recently. Starting us off in our OK tier, we have Create Ultimate Selection, which I played in April of 2025. It barely makes it here, as this is literally just a Create kitchen sink pack with horrid balancing, but I rank it higher because I did have fun while playing it, and it was the pack that forced me to learn Create. This is also the pack that taught me that I don't hate tech. I hate magic box tech. I love the in-world problem solving required by vanilla redstone and Create, and before I couldn't really place why I hated mods like Thermal Series and Mechanism as much as I did. For that, I place it a little higher, but yeah, this is just a kitchen sink, Create, and tech pack, and if you like that, then by all means, have fun playing it, but it really isn't my taste. Next, we have my own mod pack, Cosmonautic. This is a kitchen sink pack I made in less than 24 hours, with the restriction of me not being allowed to hand draw anything new for it. To prove a point about people just being lazy, lazy and using generative AI. It sucks on purpose, and I don't recommend playing it. You may be wondering why I placed it above Create Ultimate Selection if it's that bad, and it's because I truly believe the best kitchen sink packs are the ones you make for you and your friends to play with. Also, look at this menu. I did such a good job on it. Ignore how different I sound. I'm totally filming this on the same day. Next, we have one of the packs I played this December, Big Chad Guys Plus with Cobblemon. And as of me writing this, the video is not public yet, so I'm not quite sure how you guys will receive that video or what all of your thoughts are, but I personally did not care for it. This is a casual, comfy pack with some minor issues and flaws. Most notable things would, 1, be the emerald economy they tried to implement without tweaking villagers, which was not a great plan. On the community server, someone managed to make an infinite emerald generator at spawn, which was kind of hilarious. I'd say this pack is great for more casual players, for those looking for something kitchen sink-ish, but with a put-together quest book and good visual cohesion, but it was not my personal favorite. Definitely better than Cosmonautic though, and a lot better than the majority of kitchen sink packs out there. Our next one is not a mod pack, it's a mod, though I feel it has so much content it could rival some mod packs, and that is Better Than Adventure, which I played back in May. This is a fantastic execution of a very interesting idea, really giving the golden age players something to enjoy. They took beta 1.7.3, oh my god, what? They took beta 1.7.3 and reformed it to be what the devs thought Mojang would have done with it had they not gone into the whole Microsoft thing. Clear effort and love behind this project. So why do I put it rather low? Because this is my personal tier list and I did not care for it as much. And it wasn't for any reason that's actually Better Than Adventure's fault though. I'm just not one of those players with a lot of nostalgia for beta Minecraft. I enjoyed my time with the mod, but I wouldn't really play it again because it's just not for me. We all know I love my structures and looting and the more crazy modded stuff, though this is 100% a project worth your time, and I think everybody should play it at least once. Ending off the OK tier, we have Seopolis Submerged, the pack I played in June. This one is, again, a case of something with clear effort behind it that just isn't really for me. I'm not a tech mod player, I don't enjoy being GUI locked, and magic box stuff really isn't fun for me. I prefer in-world problem solving like Redstone, or funnily enough, like Create. The early game in this pack was beautifully designed, the quest book flowed super well with natural gameplay, and a lot of new systems were put into place that I would have never even been able to think of. I ranked the pack on the lower end because, again, this is my personal tier list, and because the end game kind of felt like the dev ran out of ideas, but I also understand that it falls into more typical tech progression, which may be why I feel that way. Overall, not a bad pack by any means, but just not for me. Starting us off in the kind of fun tier, we have Menagerie, a very cute vanilla-style mod pack focused on building and pushing the player to gather animals and build a zoo or a sanctuary to keep them safe. This pack is genuinely great for a community server and was a lot of fun with friends, and I'd highly recommend it for more casual players. If you're into modded and you want to introduce a friend, or if you have a partner that loves picking up random creatures to take home, this pack is perfect for that. It's one I hold dearly, and I know a few of my personal friends outside of content creation actually have a little server that they play on with this mod pack. It's got a couple bugs and is still in development, but it's so good, especially for a smaller group of people maintaining a long-term server. Resurvival is a pack that is very interesting to me. It's unique in the realm of difficult survival packs and introduces such unique world generation that is tackled by giving the player a choice between two origins, Owlitrian and Crabling. The bird origin is vastly stronger than the crab one, which is one of the biggest issues I have with the pack, though it is very difficult to balance them to be similar in strength, and it's also a very subjective thing that can change based on specific playstyles. The pack doesn't opt for a guide or a quest book, rather gently guiding you along by pinning some recipes for you beforehand to let you know a bit about what's going on. It's also incredibly important to read the CurseForge page, or you will be completely lost. It's got an interesting twist on enchanting, some create progression if you're down with that, and a major villager rework. It's quite a lot of fun, especially with friends, but it is a more difficult pack that I'd only recommend to more experienced players. Reminiscence is one I struggle to place because yet again we have something that I am simply not the target audience for, but I did enjoy Remy more than Better Than Adventure, and I think that's because it had more content thanks to the Aether mod and a lot of the other mods that were in it at the time. As much as I kind of hate to admit that I liked the Eyes mod here, I did. It was implemented fairly well, most of it was not tied to RNG mechanics, and instead it was tied to a lot of boss progression, which was much more in the player's control and let the mod be taken at my own pace. I had a fun little cave house and spent more time with this pack than I typically do with packs I review, being that I wound up playing it for over a month. I also loved the dragon fight, which was overhauled thanks to True Ending. Plus, a lot of modern textures here were redone by the Remy team, meaning even Farmer's Delight feels like it fits. I love the attention to detail, and I know Bali personally now too, so seeing a sliver of the back end of development for this pack has been really cool. Infernal Origins is one I almost didn't include in the tier list because I don't feel I've played enough of it quite yet, and while that remains somewhat true, I'm going to base this ranking off of what I've seen of the pack. I'm a loot goblin, I love roguelike games and elements, and I really enjoyed Infernal Origins when I played it with some of my friends. It was a lot of fun, and I loved being able to Kool-Aid Man my way through structures,
features. The reason I don't put it higher is because of how buggy it was, and with it still being in development, it's a bit difficult to tell where it will go in the future. Also because I don't really know what the later game looks like. Hopefully I'll be able to update it in my tier list next year, which if you want to see, you should like, subscribe with notifs on, and leave a comment for the algorithm. I also have a Twitch, a Discord, and if you want to support me more directly, you can join as a channel member, which will allow you access to these videos early, and you'll get your name on the end card. As always, it's completely not necessary, but very appreciated. Now back to the video. Up next, we have Rebirth of the Night, which is a pack near and dear to my heart. I will be honest, I like the pack a lot, but objectively, it has a lot of issues. It's still in dev, which I get the privilege to see the behind the scenes of, because the dev team actually makes up a good chunk of my personal friend group. It's also important you know that bias is present here with my ranking of this, and that as much as I try to be objective, I have to be transparent as well. I find the early game mechanics to be very interesting, the caves are really cool to explore, and the mob variety is more unique in comparison to a lot of packs nowadays. Game stages are really cool, though I am not happy with how swarmed I get in the Aether. Boards are also on ice while they get reworked, so I can't really speak much on those. But the overall aesthetic is impressive, and I quite like Rotten. It's also the first pack that actually made me fortify a base. Craft to Exile 2 tops the kind of fun tier, being one of my favorites of the year, but one I'm not really sure on how to place. It's well structured, cohesive, but also incredibly overwhelming, especially at first. This is one of the most in-depth and feature-rich RPG-style packs I've ever seen. So if you're looking for something with strict questline structure, a lot of dimensions and bosses, a lot of really cool weaponry, and some insane skill trees, this is the pack for you. I also love the inventory solution, though I wish refined storage had some texture changes to make it fit into the more fantastical setting. And while I know a lot of players don't like Botania, I do love seeing it be used as the primary power source over Create. I like Create, but with how oversaturated it's become, it's difficult to enjoy packs that utilize it without any meaningful changes nowadays. Also, the fact that they have an extra backpack just for mine and slash items was genius. An amazing decision that made the gameplay of this pack feel so much better. I know this will be a controversial take, mostly born out of nostalgia, but RLCraft 2.9.3 starts us off in the most fun tier for me. Objectively, from a game design perspective, the pack is not good. It's best used for clip farming and isn't actually difficult in the way a lot of people frame it to be. And last year, I was really salty because the 2.9.3 update over-optimized a lot of mechanics that I had found fun, and as a result, they were removed from the pack. That being said, I played it again in February, as I always do, and it re-solidified itself as one of my favorite packs. I'm a loot goblin, a cave baser, and I love bosses. Going from nothing to being invincible is so much fun, and for those new to the channel, you may not know this, but RLCraft is the mod pack that brought me into modded Minecraft. That's why I laugh when new people ask me for a mod pack recommendation, because that was my first mod pack. It was all I played for the first year or two of me getting into modded. It was the first time I ever beat the Ender Dragon 100% in survival mode. This is the pack that made me get into Minecraft again. Over time, I began to know that pack so well that I started speedrunning it, which is the only pack I ever did that for. But I recognized that if I was introduced to this pack for the first time right now without ever having seen a video on it, I would probably hate it. I don't care for wiki games, and RLCraft is incredibly reliant on its wiki. I genuinely think I only enjoyed it as much as I did because of the content creators that introduced me to it and taught me its systems before I even played it, which, by the way, was on a 2008 Mac I had back in 2019 that didn't even have an HDMI port. That's how dedicated I was. Skyblock Burgeria is next and is quite the opposite. This is the 5th ranked pack in the whole tier list and is one of the best ones I played all year. An incredibly lightweight one too, being that most of its content comes from just a few mods and then a bunch of custom Cube.js scripts. This pack turns Minecraft into a Burgeria minigame and is genuinely so fun. I spent like 12 hours straight playing this pack with my friend Ozzy and was laughing so hard my throat felt like sandpaper by the end of the day. One of my favorite packs with one of the best takes on modded Minecraft as a whole. Unsurprisingly, Abyssal Ascent is in our 4th spot, and despite being an early beta and quite buggy, it is one of the packs I'm actually playing still and plan to do a series on. This pack has such strong potential, it's actually insane. You start at the bottom of the world in the Undergarden, and you work your way up through dimension after dimension to get back to the overworld. While it is unfinished, and I highly recommend you back up your world if you play this, it is quite the experience. I love it, and I'm very grateful to have a direct line to the devs to help them with the bugs I encounter along the way. I talk about it this much because I'm so excited to see it go further. Keep your eyes on this one, and I'll revisit it in my next tier list at the end of 2026 to see where it's at. Also, unsurprisingly, Raspberry Flavored is, once again, in my top 3 packs for the entire year. Definitely an outlier, but you will find it difficult to find a pack that comes anywhere close to the polish and quality seen here. Raspberry Flavored is like the unrealistic beauty standard of the mod pack world. It feels like an insane overhaul to vanilla players, but feels like vanilla to heavily modded players, and it's one of my favorite packs. The clear amount of love put into it is impressive, and if you like vanilla style packs, this might be one for you to try. Though it is important to mention, this pack reworks a lot of vanilla mechanics, which is part of the reason I love it so much. It changes systems a lot of Modpacks view as untouchable, completely cutting the end and redistributing a lot of its content into the rest of the game. Instead of shulker boxes, we have the turtle box things that I can't think of the name right now, and we have enchantment plates instead of books, just as some examples. No villagers either, just you and whatever friends you bring along for the ride. In the number 2 spot, we have Society Sunlit Valley. Society Sunlit Valley is the first modpack I've ever played that claims to adapt Stardew Valley mechanics into Minecraft that actually does it. And I say that as someone with over 600 hours on Stardew, counting the save I have on my Switch. Not only this, but it adapts mechanics from Slime Rancher as well, combining them both in Minecraft in a way I have never even thought possible. Plus, the Skull Caverns are adapted into the pack via a mining dimension that is quite literally heaven for loot goblin style players like me. The dev makes a lot of custom mods for the pack, which are available for others to use and configure as well. This pack has had some incredible updates since I last played, including a trading rework that I saw a little bit of, and I know I will be revisiting it soon to check that out and start up a new save once I've got more free time. And in our number 1 spot, we have, yet again, Deceased Craft. Topping off my tier list for the 2nd year in a row, we have a zombie apocalypse pack that is one of the coolest ones I've ever played. Completely custom Lost Cities generation with buildings stuffed to the brim with cool things, perfectly catered to my loot goblin brain. This is the pack that let me explore more of Create and get into immersive engineering for the first time. These zombies are insane. It's quite the challenge, especially at first, but it is so fun. I can't stress enough how cool the wastelands are and how amazing it was to be able to explore the lab and military bunkers. The final dimension is a bit lacking and the pack has its flaws, but I am so excited to see the next update. If you are looking for a fantastic zombie apocalypse pack, this is one I highly recommend. And that brings us to the end of the tier list. Thank you to everyone who stuck around for the December marathon. I doubled my content output this month, and though it was a lot of work, it was very worth it. I'd love it if you took a second to check out the other videos I put out. As for now, I will be going back to my once a week upload schedule, and we'll be taking a short break, possibly, I don't know. There's a chance I get a best of 2025 out to you guys, but I'm not promising anything as I'm not really set on making one yet. I just really want to take a second to say thank you to all of you and to say goodbye to 2025. I had some devastating life events toward the end of 2024, and 2025 then turned out to be one of the best years for me, socially, career-wise, and in my private life. This channel was so instrumental in me meeting some of the people I now call my best friends, and for that I am forever grateful. Sorry for the sappy outro. I'm sorry this video ran a little late as well. I'm actually, as I'm recording this voiceover, I'm about to go leave to go do a holiday celebration with my family. A lot of them live out of state, so it's nice that they flew in to visit and can spend a couple days over here. And I will see you guys again soon. Happy holidays! I hope that you have enjoyed any celebrations that you're doing, and if you aren't doing any, I have a whole channel of content that you can binge. In the meantime, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video on screen, so maybe give it a shot. Thanks, bye-bye!